How do you plan out the wheelchair spot?
That was, so the wheelchair spot, that wasn't a wheelchair spot to begin with. The original idea, I don't know if we've talked about this. The original idea was for Brock Lesnar to F5 me off of the Smackdown fist through the stage.
What?
That was the original idea. Do you remember the Smackdown fist and the set and all of that?
Legendary.
Yeah, so we were going to be on top of the Smackdown fist. Brock Lesnar was going to toss me off this bad boy, and I was going to go through the stage. Boom.
Okay.
That we had to, and that was the plan for like 2 or 3 weeks. We had to pivot, so to speak, to the wheelchair spot down the stairs because we couldn't figure out a plausible way for me and Brock Lesnar to be on top, a reason for us to be on top of the fist. Like, how did we get up there? Did he drag me up there? Did he climb up? Is there a secret ladder? Like, we couldn't figure that part out. I was really excited about that because you remember back in the day, dude, Shane McMahon falling off the set, Jeff Hardy doing all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to, to me, like doing that stunt was exciting.
How high is that?
It's way up. It was
20, 30
it was on
feet?
top of the,
Yeah.
probably something like that. It was on top of the stage, man.
So Brock would stay up there, but
Yeah.
F5 you off and you would go flying.
I'd go flying, I'd go through the stage, and then the final shot would be Brock Lesnar standing on top of the fist, like, ha, 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 ha.
How were you going to go through the stage?
I don't know. They were going to gimmick it, and try to make it as safe as possible.
That's not a back bump, though. That's a front bump.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. I was willing, man. I'll do it head first, brother. Sign me up. I'm 20 years old. I'm in WWE. You can't touch me, man. I want to take any all bumps that I possibly can.
Also, side note, are you high at this point, too?
No, I'm not high. No. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little. But no, not to the point where it's affecting like
your work rate.
my work and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so this pivots to, instead, another dangerous spot
Yes.
where we're going to push, or at least make it look like you get pushed down the stairs.
Correct.
In a wheelchair.
And to your point, that's when old school fans bring that angle up, or my run up in WWE, they always talk about the stairs, man.
Yes, but they, again, forget everything that led up
Yes.
to that, which is equally as devastating.
It is pretty bad. It's brutal. It is brutal. But what's so cool is that I was able to create like a core memory for a lot of people in the world of professional wrestling. Because, I mean, I have those too, man. I remember when Earthquake debuted and with the push-up contest between Dino Bravo and the Ultimate Warrior, and it was a big setup. And it was like, wow, this guy came from the audience, and he was a huge dude. My name's John. That's how and then boom, and he's beating up the Undertaker, or beating up the Ultimate Warrior, and it's like, oh man, that I'll remember that angle forever. And so for a lot of people, it was at the right age, at the right place, at the right time. Me getting shoved down the stairs by Brock Lesnar, it still sticks with them.
But that wasn't you going down the stairs.
It was not. It was a stunt double. Did
the stunt double also have one leg?
He did not. They brought in this Hollywood stunt double, and this dude looked just like me. He was like my twin, man. And how we did it was I was wearing my prosthetic leg, and I had my real leg in a brace because Brock broke it in a couple places, and so the whole idea was that I was wearing my prosthetic leg. I had black pants on, so it looked like I had 2 legs. The stunt guy had 2 legs. They shoved him down. He took the bump. 1 take, done, boom, and it was brutal. It was a wild bump to take. Right before we did it, the stunt guy did it. Vince pulled me aside and he goes, Zach, you can take the bump if you want. And I said, what? He goes, yeah, if we can make it real, we can do it 1 continuous shot, you taking that bump all the way down. And I'm like, so Vince, I'm not taking the bump. I'm all for everything that we're doing and all of that, but I don't know how to fall downstairs with a 40-pound wheelchair following me. Like I have no experience in doing that, and so
that seemed like the most dangerous part. The wheelchair maybe landing on your head.
There's so many variables. There's so many things that could have gone wrong.
Did he just do 1 take?
1 take, done.
Was that live, or was that pre-taped?
No, we pre-taped it.
Oh, the whole thing's pre-taped?
Yes.
And
we pre-taped it, but we presented it as live because if you remember, Vince was in the ring live.
Yeah, and then they cut to the other shot.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched that back, and you're right. It looks so much like you, but I'm like, that could be really dangerous for that stunt performer.
Yeah.
Like, he's going down the stairs full speed, and the wheelchair is following him full speed as well.
And it's not like a normal set of flight of stairs. It's like an extended. It's a huge flight of steel.
Like 2 flights, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah, it was wild.
Well, it all led to you getting a win over Brock Lesnar.
That's it. Amen, brother. Nobody can take that away from me.
That's right. You got a win over Brock
That's
Lesnar.
right.
It's just crazy.
That's what I tell my kids.